Camo changes. Finally some camo changes. Here are the zombie changes, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the biggest set of zombie changes we have gotten in this game since launch. All right, and welcome back, guys. We finally got a new patch for Vanguard and Vanguard Zombies last night. I don't really know what's going on with the sledgehammer kind of release cycle for patches, but they usually seem to be way later in the day. So this was actually last night they did this, but there are a lot of changes in this. And if you've been playing Vanguard, you know there's a crap ton of stuff that needs to be fixed in Zombies and MP, especially after the Season 1 update. So we're gonna go through this as quick as possible. That way you can, watch this video and get back into game without missing any time here. So starting off with the MP changes, stability changes. So no longer using the Daniel skin will crash your game. I know when the game first launched, like the first 2 or 3 days we found this out. That is now finally fixed. You can start using the skins on Daniel a month and a half later. Challenges, progression for seasonal challenges is now visible, active, and tracking. So you want to know the coolest part about seasons is the seasonal challenges. Those were just not showing up in game whenever they launched season 1 last week. That's finally been fixed in Zombies and MP. You are actually able to see that. Weapons, general fixes. Riot Shield now blocks front-facing damage and bullets will not penetrate. The Firefight blueprint has been fixed to remove the light coming from the front end of the barrel of parts of the optic. The Kar 98 Hunter incentive skin no longer causes the gun to aim down iron sights instead of the attached scope. Top break muzzles no longer jump on the reload. Corrected loadouts using the 7-round mag, so the total ammo count is divisible by 7. Addressed multiple issues with charms and a quality of life pass, which the charms were very wonky and weird, especially with our video yesterday. You could see the charm just kind of going all over the place. So apparently they fixed stuff with that. Weapon animations have been polished and some glitches have been resolved. So a lot of weapon general fixes here. Balancing the Kar 98 and Type 99. When using a lower caliber magazine, these weapons will now retain the ability for one-shot kills when landing chest shots. Going to be making the Kar 98 and Type 99 a little bit better. Top break no longer reduces damage, but range reduction increased. The anti-tank rifle, the default scope will no longer heavily obscure the player vision when meleeing with the bayonet. That's such a weird thing to fix, but I'm glad it's been fixed. Attachment, melee range has been reduced for the bayonet when the reach perk is applied. And there's a lot of people running around with that, so I'm glad that's been fixed. Camo changes, finally some camo changes. We've been waiting to get the Dark Aether and Atomic camo ever since the game launched. And I think the Dark Aether camo is now finally possible. I think my M1 Grand and STG have been fixed. So tonight, I might be streaming unlocking the Dark Aether camo a month and a half after that. And let's see if it gives us a ton of XP. I have a feeling that's going to give us a crazy amount of XP, so I'm excited for that. So let's see if the Atomic camo has been fixed. Double barrel, corrected the wording in the Death Artist Challenge, which we already knew about this. It was just a wording issue. That's been fixed. Assault Rifle Alpha. Camos will now show proper progression. M1 Grand. Camos now show proper progression. So the STG and M1 Grand have been fixed for everyone, and they are working for me. Cross progression. Master Ribbon data from Cold War will now be imported and reflect in Vanguard. Getting kills in Warzone now counts towards challenges in Vanguard. Another thing, a lot of people are like, oh, use the STG and M1 Grand in Warzone. None of that counted, but apparently that now counts. And the Mastery Ribbons from Cold War can now be seen in this game, which is kind of cool. Kill streaks, Mortar Barrage, increased damage dealt by the Mortar Barrage flare. Mortar Barrage has been tweaked to make deployment less difficult. If you played Shipment, you know this is the most annoying kill streak ever because it's insanely powerful. It got buffed, so that's fun. Maps, Paradise, okay, fix several exploits. Radar, fix an issue. So essentially they're talking about different map things. I'm not going to read through all this because we really don't need to, because these are really just going to be fixed out of map spawn exploits, different exploits. Let's see if there's anything for Shipment, but I mean, this is basic stuff here. Sub pins, I kind of wish they fixed this by removing it, but nope, still in the game. Same thing, Nama removed invisible geo. Yeah, so nothing super cool there. Modes, control is now live. Champion Hill players will no longer crash out of Champion Hill duos, resulting in closure of the entire game. Players can now access scoreboard and spectate mode. UI fixes, user will no longer get an error saying they don't have cross-play permission when attempting to add another consoles to party. Flares now appear in every prestige level up, and XP bars should reflect XP progression. Duplicate / incorrect prestige icons have been fixed. Campaign, which I still haven't played. I'm looking forward to playing that. Fixed progression blocker in the Lady Nightingale level caused by unresponsive characters. Zombies. Here are the zombie changes, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the biggest set of zombie changes we have gotten in this game since launch. So let's read through it and see what's all been fixed and added to Zombies as of last night. Zombies Purge. Visibility improved in low light areas, making it more visually clear when capturing. The progress bar no longer overlaps Varia notification challenges. Professor will now acknowledge Purge. Honestly, Purge sucks. It really does. This is one of the worst things they added in season 1. Purge is not fun, and I hate when I have to choose between the Purge objective, because if I can get back to the right patch notes here, it's going all over the place. Purge is just a terrible game mode, and the game was better with just the 3 objectives, not 4, so the game would just be improved by honestly, remove everything you've added in season 1. All the stuff kind of makes the game a little bit worse. Covenants. Brimstone no longer damages zombie when the player is down. Brimstone has been adjusted to now only deal damage to zombies that are in the player's line of sight. Okay, cool. Dead accurate. Launchers now work as intended with the dead accurate covenant. Swift Vengeance. Updated the description of Swift Vengeance to reflect that only weapon damage is increased with the use of this covenant. Knives now work as intended with the Swift Vengeance covenant. So changes to the new covenants they added. There was issues with that. And I hate looking at the patch notes like this. We keep going all the way back up to the top. So far, now weapons. This is what's been changed weapon-wise in zombies. Address an issue where players' weapons obtained from crate would briefly display the wrong model. Address an issue where some mystery box weapons would appear with their magazine detached from the weapon. Address an issue that prevented players from loading into a match with their preferred custom reticle. Address an issue that incorrectly identified some launcher damages and critical hits. Gameplay. Portals will now provide players with an opportunity to visit each destination before giving an option to return to the same location. This is huge. One of my least favorite things about Vanguard Zombies is sometimes I would just get the same objective over and over again, and I wouldn't have the option to try them all out. They're kind of reworking the logic for that. Closed various exploit that prevented the player from taking damage from zombies. Challenges. Melee camo challenges have now been adjusted to count kills, not eliminations, with the exception. So kind of sucks. It used to be the difference between elimination and kills when going for camos, which is what they've changed here. If you're getting kills, you have to be the last one to do damage to the zombie, where if it's eliminations, if you do damage and someone else kills it, it counts. So it used to be with melee weapons, if you're playing co-op and you knifed a zombie and someone else killed it, that would have counted for all the challenges, but they've now changed it, so you have to be the one to get the final blow. And some of this stuff I just don't get. Why are we focusing on these small little details like this in zombies when there's massive... Dude, if I mess up and have to scroll down here one more time, I'm gonna freak out. But why are we focusing on these small details that make it more inconvenient for players when there's massive issues with this mode? There's not a freaking pause feature, but yeah, we're worrying about... Melee camo challenges have been adjusted to count only kills, not elimination. So people going for camos for the melee weapons co-op are going to have a harder time doing that. UI. Zone names have been added in places where they're absent from the map. In-game scoreboard now shows the player in the correct ranking. Address an issue with overlapping scoreboard. Audio. Address an issue where operator and announcer voice communications would compete with each other. Subtitles and text. Multiple fixes for subtitles when players select English, German, Portuguese, Polish. Stayability. Address an issue that would sometimes kick a player to the zombie's main menu when copying and replacing loadouts. Various stayability fishes. So yeah, there is a crap ton of zombie stuff here. The only thing that is worth anything out of all of these zombies patches, the only thing that's actually going to be somewhat cool in game, portals will now provide players with an opportunity to visit each destination before giving an option to return to the same location. The rest of this is pointless fixes and stuff that's just kind of like, that's what I don't get. Like, it's been a month and a half for zombies and none of the major issues have even been talked about. Like, yeah, they're talking about adding a pause feature. They're talking about that. But like, I would rather have everything that they've done to zombies so far, every single one of these patches. You see, what are we at? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've gotten 10 patches for zombies. Every single one of these zombie patch notes, I would rather have none of these and just have gotten a pause feature. That's all I've ever wanted from this game, is the ability to be able to play it solo. But as of right now, Vanguard Zombies is still not playable for a solo player, and it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if Atomic's going to be fixed this year. I really don't. It might be next year, 2022, when I'm using the Atomic camo. But those are the entire patch notes. Out of all of those, let me know what you're most excited about and what you're most ready for. One other thing I've noticed since the update, the entire menu of the game is extremely lag. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this here. I might talk about all these other secret changes that weren't in the patch note It's tomorrow because they didn't quite address everything. But yeah, with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, hey there. Thank you for watching the entire video. I've got to take this last moment here to give a huge thanks to everyone who became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who have taken above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus Plus member on YouTube. We've got the 2X Trader Purple. We've got the most OP Gobblegum ever, Round Robin. We have the hero Arrow Pharaoh, and then we've got the absolute legend Peyton Perkins. Once again, got to get a huge thanks to all of them for becoming Unlock Plus Plus members here on YouTube.